Hey Leo, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and this just in. This is where we get all up in other folks' business about love and relationships. This reading will be good for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you would like to try to pull together a more complete picture of what could be going on with you for the month of May, I'd encourage you to check your moon and or rising sign if you happen to know what that is. This is a general reading, so it probably will not resonate with everybody. And I'm sorry, while I shuffle these cards a little bit, I just wanted to talk a little bit about where some of the personal planets are in the sky. I don't want to talk much about outer planets because they are where they're going to be, and they're going to be there for a while. So first of all, we got Sun in the sign of Taurus. Moon is in Cancer currently. Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Aries. It has dipped back into Aries, and it goes direct on May 3rd. Today is the 1st. Venus, now direct, is back in the sign of Aries. So, this is really a time of looking at what it is that you like, what it is that you want, what it is it takes to satisfy you. Mars is currently in the sign of Gemini. And this is kind of wanting to do a little bit of this, that, and the other thing. That's the way I see it. So, I am going to be using the, if I hadn't said it already, the Llewellyn Tarot for my main three. This is my usual format for the love readings, and we'll be using the Rider Tarot for clarification cards. Before we get started too, Leo, I want to say this is a big time for you. North Node is moving into your sign. North Node is also known as Rahu in Vedic astrology, for those of you who follow Vedic astrology. And even though I'm a Western astrologer, I do not only study Vedic astrology, but I certainly agree with and incorporate some of their views and practices. And so I can get caught up saying Rahu and Ketu for North and South nodes. So forgive me if I do that. But big things are going to be happening for you, Leo, because the North Node is moving into your sign, and South Node is moving into your opposite sign, Aquarius. So, this whole Leo energy is where we're going to be headed. And I say we because I'm a Leo too, over the next 18 months. And that South Node is going to talk about the things that we've gotten comfortable with since this last cycle of North Node in Leo and South Node in Aquarius. So, I think that this is going to be a time of us coming away from the things that we've learned to depend on of an Aquarian nature and moving towards these new things of a Leo nature. Rahu, though, you got to be careful because, wow, Rahu in the sign of Leo. The last time Rahu was in the sign of Leo, or hovering around the sign of Leo, I believe that is the year that I left my lifelong home of St. Louis, Missouri, and moved to Texas. I left everything and everybody that I know on a whim, pretty much. Even though I'd had a premonition that, and I didn't realize then that it was a premonition, but the Christmas, because I moved here in February of 1996, I'd had a premonition that December of 1995 that I would come to Texas. I didn't know anybody here. but something ended up happening and it threw Texas right in my lap. And that's a story for another time. But that's what happened the last time North Node was in Leo for me. So, yeah, that type stuff could be happening, Leo. So, brace yourself. And but because Rahu, is a bottomless pit. And then the sign of Leo, Leo, we like stuff. So things can get a little excessive. Um, Definitely, I think be on the lookout for grandiose behavior and us just getting too much. I don't know how much we can avoid it though with North Node and Leo. Definitely embrace the positive side of Leo, but be aware of that shadow side, and that if we are not careful, it is coming to get us like a horror movie. So let's get started, Leo. The first card that we have is the Six of Cups reversed. And this is what I just talked about. Moving away from what's comfortable. Moving away from what we have come to depend on. This is ruled by Sun and Scorpio. And this is talking about, kind of being obsessed with things as they have already happened. This is a card that comes up generally when you're, maybe going back home. Um, but in the upright, let's show you in the upright. When you're going back for a visit home, this is about childhood memories. You see, it's two young people sharing some things. It's a even exchange of love and trust, and even that intuitive connection between you and another person. But this is generally somebody from way back. In the reverse, this is saying let that go, that whatever it was that was comfortable for you, whatever emotion it was that was comfortable for you, maybe you are spending too much time in that. And with the North Node moving into Leo, it's time to cut the cord and move into your own state of being, move into your own self, move away from what's comfortable or what has been comfortable. Lean away from that, whatever it was that you were leaning on emotionally. You could be spending too much time in that. Well, Leo, North Node, Rahu moving into Leo may just jerk you out of that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Memories are given to us to be revisited, but that's just the key word is visit. You're not supposed to hang around in that. Hanging back in the future is not, hanging back in the past is not helping you move towards your future. The next card is the Eight of Cups reversed. And again, this is talking about that for some reason, Leo, you're not wanting to move on from something. This is hanging on to some sort of emotional connection. The Eight of Cups upright talks about walking away from it, leaving it all behind. Whatever it is that you have worked towards emotionally, just leaving it behind. And with this card, it seems like it could be hard. So, maybe in the reverse, it's saying that though you don't want to leave it behind, if you go ahead and move away from it, it's not going to be as hard as you think. You just have to make that step. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting out of it. I feel like you have a lot of support astrologically this year, Leo, to help you move out of certain situations, probably in a more comfortable manner, in a more harmonious manner than maybe you've been able to move out of these things in the past. So I kind of feel like this Eight of Cups is saying, while you're sitting there hanging on to something, it's really not going to be as hard as you think to move away from it. Allow yourself to cut the emotional card, and it's not going to be as challenging as you think. Oh my goodness, this is the Chariot reversed. Leo, something's got you stuck. You may not be feeling the confidence to move forward in your personal relationships. Let me show you. Did I say this was the Chariot? Well, in the upright position, it shows like almost this burst, this movement forward, this unbridled movement. This is like, yeah, this is the Chariot card, and it's ruled by Cancer. And so, Leo, this is something I think that is going on in your home. There's something that you are emotionally tied to, hanging on, not feeling comfortable moving away from it. That is something, it's already currently going on in your home. And this is not something that's new. This is something that's been going on for a while. Well, anyway, like I was saying, with the Chariot upright, this is that unbridled passion to move forward. It's willpower, it's confidence, it's even a little bit of arrogance. But in the reverse, it's not that. It's not moving forward. It's having a lack of self-confidence. It's having a lack of willpower. And all of these are reversed. So it's something that's going on with you, Leo. I feel like something that has happened. Leo, I feel like something that has happened that is in a dark place in you is that one thing that you need to deal with in order to move forward. And it's something that happened in your childhood. It's almost as if you're emotionally, this is the only way you know how to feel about it. And that's why you hang back there, because this is the only way you know how to feel about it. And it's keeping you from moving forward. These are things that have happened in a relationship. These are things that have happened with somebody that you've been dealing with for a while. Somebody who's very, very, very close to you. So while I say in the home, if it's not physically in the home, this is somebody who you feel like you've got that home connection with, even if they don't live with you. This is a person who you are that close to, who you have that much of a bond with. But maybe things haven't been going the greatest lately, and you can't move forward because something has happened, and I don't think it was something that made you feel very good. And you keep revisiting that, not wanting to walk away and let yourself feel differently about it. Let's pull a clarify. Okay, the Page of Cups. Leo, trust your intuition. Somewhere there's been some food for thought. And I apologize for that. There's follow your intuition. There's little tidbits of information that are coming to you. Like I said, food for thought. That little fish right there. The cups are about intuition. It's about emotion. It's about love. This could be about you deciding to finally go ahead and move forward in the way that you have been handling things emotionally, because you are going to look at your intuition. You are going to take into account whatever little food for thought you've been given. This could be some sort of new message that is going to come into you, whether that's within you or whether you get that information maybe from a young Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, that will help you to move out of this that's had you stuck. Okay, Leo, yeah. I feel like you could get some news that touches you in a heart space, maybe from like I said, maybe a young Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Maybe this is you using your intuition or taking into account some, like I said, quote unquote, food for thought that you've been given that is going to help you go ahead and move forward emotionally. This is the first stage of that development for you, so take it slow. You may still be in the observance. Did I say observance? You may still be in the observation phase of these new feelings and emotion, or this particular news that you might get, this particular message that you may get that affects you emotionally. You may still be in the observation phase, and that's fine. Move forward cautiously is the way that I see it. You are standing on solid ground. Trust your instinct. But emotional waters, when it comes to the cups and emotions and things like that, we feel so very deeply. And again, I say we because I'm Scorpio moon and rising, that things can get rocky and turbulent for the water signs. So whether this is somebody you're dealing with or whether this is an aspect of your life, Leo, your own stages of development, you are standing on solid ground, and I think the ground is solid enough for you to go ahead and, these waters, they're not very turbulent. They are a little shaky. And it's the page, so the page's emotions can be a little shaky. He's brand new to this. He's just getting ready. He's gone through all of the rest of the cups, from the Ace of Cups when this new emotion was introduced to the Ten of Cups when he found his sense of fulfillment in those emotions. But maybe he hadn't made any physical movements forward, and now he's ready to. Well, while he's processed all of these things from the Ace to the Ten of Cups, he's just actually making these moves because he's the page. So be cautious in your approach and your movement forward. But trust your intuition and take into account whatever messages it is that you get and make that movement forward. You are solid enough. It may just be a little bit of inexperience, and that's okay. We all got to start somewhere. The next card is the Nine of Wands reversed. So Leo, I definitely feel like that there's some things that you need to wrap up. The anxiety that you're feeling could be lessened by the fact, or could be lessened if you go back and kind of wrap up some loose ends. There's some things that you need to put your energy into in order to close them out, in order to wrap it up so that you can move forward. Any stagnation, any prison that you may feel like you're in is one that you're creating for yourself. You're not allowing yourself that sense of completion because you're taking defeats. I feel like for those Leos who maybe have let others take their power, until you wrap up these loose ends, until you reel in your energy and realize that you are in fact the king of the jungle and use your energies accordingly, you're going to continue to be in this stuck state and relying on old feelings and emotions that are not going to help you move forward. This page wants to move forward. This page wants to move through these bars. He's observing, sure, but he is ready to make moves. And that's the way that I see it, Leo. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, and I think that I have forgotten to mention this in all of the other videos, you can contact me at tina@85thhousevibrations.net. Thank you for those of you who are returning. Thank you for those of you who are new and have given this video a chance. Thanks for listening, and I hope to talk to you again next month.